This morning in our series, Life Lessons, the importance of staying optimistic, even during tough, stressful times. Deepika Chopra is a professional psychologist who also is known as the optimism doctor. She's also the creator of a tool called the Things Are Looking Up deck. Good morning. It's so nice to have you here.
It's so nice to see you guys again.
And I feel like, you know, with more terrible news overnight, with multiple crises going on around the world, I tend to be optimistic. But this morning I woke up and you're kind of in a funk.
Yeah.
So how does optimism help get you over that?
I think that the important thing is to really stick with your authentic feelings. And I think that's always a surprise when people hear that coming from an optimism doctor. It's so important not to just gloss over things and think that you're going to find the silver lining right away. You know, especially during stressful times of trauma, of worry, of fear, we're human and we have to accept and validate that we are going to feel those feelings. It's what makes us human, and that's sort of the first step. So really sticking through and not putting an extra layer of shame or guilt onto your true, authentic feelings.
Can you talk about breathing techniques?
Oh, yes. Okay. One of my favorite things, because I think something that we can all, you know, when things get really tough and we are in a spiral a lot of times of panic or struggle, sometimes it's hard to change the thought. I've got to be real. And so something that really helps is working on our physical body first. And so our breathing is a tool we all have. And my favorite breathing technique is the 4-7-8 breathing technique. And so it is taking in a breath for 4 full counts, holding that breath in for a count of 7. And then breathing out for a count of 8. And this breathing technique really helps to oxygenate the cells, and it actually just works to relax the entire nervous system and give ourselves a reset. And it's a scientific way to actually help calm the system, which we all need to take those moments during the day.
What's a micro moment?
Micro moments are pretty much my favorite little hack, I'd like to call them, which we all should be doing. So basically a micro moment is what it sounds like. It's a tiny moment throughout your day, and you take a bunch of those instead of sort of setting out sometimes ourselves up for failure by having, you know, I need an hour to do this or to meditate or X, Y, and Z. None of us have that sort of time. And so it's the power of these small moments and really using them. And so a 4-7-8 breathing technique is a great way to use a micro moment. Going for a walk, just even stepping outside, listening to a piece of music, hugging a child, speaking with a friend.
Those are great.
I wanted to ask you about hopelessness, because hopelessness is a feeling I think that's come and gone for so many of us. Some people might be living with it right now. I know you feel like you can turn that feeling, those feelings, into action. How so?
I think one of the best ways to deal with hopelessness is actually to feel like you are a sense of a part of community and to partake in an act of service. And so we've heard this before, sort of doing something kind for others or partaking in an act of service. Research actually shows us that this helps with not just our own feelings and emotions and lifting, but also it obviously helps someone else. And so it's this double bonus. When you feel this sense of hopelessness, knowing that you actually can take action, especially if it's small, it has a big impact. And so just doing something kind for someone else or being part of a community, which could even be just picking up the phone and asking a friend how they're doing, to volunteering for an organization.
You talk about seeking personal connection, and social media can be just the opposite, you know, very isolating. And then you add on to that some of the negativity you can see in that, whether it's personal or the news.
Right.
Is just disconnecting the answer?
I actually think no. I think that we all have a drive and need to know what's going on. And I don't like taking that away from people. When clients ask me all the time, they say, you know, I was told maybe just to turn off the news. I think that, you know, it's imperative for us to know what's going on and to be in the know. But I do think we need to have boundaries. And so something that works for me is I know that I really spiral if I am like consuming what's on social media in my bed at night. So I will have a cutoff time, you know, a couple hours before sleep. So I have boundaries. I think another piece that is so imperative with this is, you know, we get a lot of the bad. That's just how it is. But we have to actually intentionally seek out the good. There is good news out there. There are people doing good things. And we have to expose ourselves to that as well.
And just real quickly, we all have kids here. How can you instill that optimism in young kids?
So, you know, one of the best ways that you can instill optimism with your kids is actually by modeling. So I think we think that it's this big teaching moment, you know, where something's going on and you have to sit down with your child and have this, like, I hope I did the right thing. But really what we know from research is that whatever you're doing, so if you're working on yourself and if you're working on increasing your own optimism and growth mindset, your kids are doing the same. And so they're modeling. I think one of the biggest things we can teach our kids is that our emotions are not permanent. So we want to stay away from phrases like, this will never get better. Or I will never be happy. And we want to sort of bring this idea that even the good emotions and the bad, they are not permanent, they're temporary. And so we need to instill that in our children. Things are going to get better, but also the really good moments, they don't last forever, so to really savor them.
That was really great. Thank you so much for being here.
Nice to see you.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.